Hey guys, Stephen Bogren here from Pro Physique. Today what I want to talk about is taking time off. So hey guys, happy 2020. I know I said that already this week. Fuck it, I said it again. Talking about something that I think is really important here and quite often overlooked today, and that is taking time off. Now that's going to apply to a lot of different things, but we can talk about all the different things that it applies to. Now, obviously we're not always going to have that opportunity. If we're in prep and we have a show, we probably can't just take some time off from macro counting. We can't take some time off from the deficit in the diet unless we're ahead of time. Then we can take a diet break. But let's talk about some of the benefits, I think, of doing such things and why I really prefer that people are ahead of the game when it comes to preps. And that is because diet breaks are fucking awesome. So not only do they, or can they, provide us some physiological benefits in terms of going back up to maintenance, stress and cortisol management, but it also provides a lot of psychological benefits as well, right? And so it can help us to kind of get past and over the hump. So just like a refeed's like a proverbial carrot on a stick, right? I'm gonna get it. It makes us have that one thing where it's like, it's almost a finish line, right? I just have to make it through this week and I get a fucking refeed and it eases up a little bit and it's just a little bit easier. Yeah. And it might not even just be that, but it could also be that. It could also be the ability to recover a little bit better with a little bit of extra calories. It could be glycogen stores being reserved. It could be a whole slew of things. So we want to make sure that even in our dieting life, right, that we're still utilizing the same kind of principles if we can. And hopefully what we're seeing is that the body is responding. We're making progress on the correct timeline. And if we're ahead of time with that, we can utilize those awesome things to help break through plateaus or even slow fat loss and make a prep or dieting phase just a little bit easier, right? So things like diet breaks can be super awesome. And the reason I say that is because I want to talk about taking time off, right? And so this is definitely going to be an off-season kind of thing, maybe a, I don't think I would recommend doing it straight post-show, but maybe a bit post-show, 2 or 3 months post-show. We've had some time to reverse out, our calories are doable, right? Maybe at that point, if we've just been beating the shit out of ourselves, and I know I am one super guilty of doing this. Like, I'm training 6 days a week. I'm at jiu-jitsu 5 to 6 days a week. I stay active. I'm still out doing other stuff. I work a lot, and so for me, that can easily become I don't recover or I under recover on a regular basis. And that's what this really comes down to, is that sometimes we need to take that extra time off to recover. We're really good at saying, hey, we need to grind and we need to work hard and, work hard, play hard, right? All these other kind of things. And so it's one of those ideas and topics that we're not great at talking about on a regular basis, because it kind of goes against a lot of what we typically tend to say to ourselves, which is, work harder, do more. And I think that quite often for us to work harder and to do more and to progress, sometimes we have to take that step back and we got to do some self-care stuff. We got to take care of ourselves. Because even though I might love traveling and I might love spending time with everybody that I get to meet when I'm out on the road and at these different shows and events, it's not quite the same as me truly taking time to myself, disconnecting, having time to introspective thinking, having time to just meditate and relax and be away. Because for me, sometimes it's about just being. And that can be a huge, there's a lot of B's there. That can be a huge improvement in terms of how we feel, our sense of self, making sure that we're in fact paying attention to some of the psychological triggers that are going on behind the scenes in our minds, how we deal with things, and all those other kind of things as well, because those present themselves in other ways, right? Maybe it's poor sleep quality, maybe it's inability to stay asleep, those kind of things. And yes, those can be made worse, or those can be in other things, but if our mind is always wandering, that can make it very hard to relax. So now, even when we are getting some semblance of rest and recuperation, it's not to the same degree that we would have if maybe we had those other things that weren't going on in the back of the mind, our subconscious, maybe if we had a little bit longer to rest and recuperate to give maybe our joints and some of our musculature a little bit more time off, right? So one of the big things that I think is super important to recognize is that we need little vacations. A lot of people worry, oh, I'm going to lose all my strength if I take a few days off from the gym. Oh, I'm going to lose all my muscle gains. It's not true. Strength starts dropping off after about a week. If you take a full week off from the gym, which I did this year, right? I did that throughout New Year's. I took a full week off from the gym. I went to North Carolina, snowboarded, and just hung out with friends, did a little bit of hiking. I was still active, so I didn't just sit on my ass the whole time. I still got blood flow, I was still doing my thing, but I didn't touch a weight. I didn't train jiu-jitsu once. I came back, everything felt fucking awesome in the gym, I'm not gonna lie. Like, it felt really good. I felt like I was truly recovered for once, which is not a way that I have felt in a very long amount of time. It was great. I took a good 5 days straight off from the gym. Came back in, got into my lifts. Everything felt not quite crisp, but really good. Next day, boom, everything was right back to normal. Strength felt really good. Was hitting squats that I haven't hit in quite a while, looking better, looking faster, looking stronger. And everything else with my form and everything felt really good too. So when you're planning it out, you can get away with it. It doesn't have to be the end of the world. You don't have to feel guilty for missing a few workouts, because what we can truly be doing is paying attention to some of the other things that maybe we've been skipping over. Recovery is so important, everyone, and not even just the physiological recovery, but mental recovery as well. Making sure that we're doing the right things, that we're dealing with our issues, that we're not allowing too much mental stress to build up on us as well. Super important in the long-term aspects of being present and being successful in this sport, because being successful requires that we stay healthy. Staying healthy requires that we recover. It doesn't matter what we do. We could have the best workouts, the best lifts that we've ever had, but if we're unable to recover from it, it doesn't matter, because the entire point of doing these lifts is for us to get better, and recovery is how we do that. We create a stimulus with that exercise, with that training, and then we come home and we recover. We eat, we sleep, we rest. We do the right things to make sure that we are in fact getting better. So guys, today's video is all about encouraging you. Don't be afraid to take some time to yourself. Take some of that PTO, right? Take a couple of those days on the weekend. Maybe go on a hike. Go spend some time in nature. Maybe sit on your ass and don't do shit. Don't look at your phone. Don't answer it. Just fucking be. Everyone's is going to be a little bit different. There is no one-size-fits-all thing that does it for everybody. You have to figure out what works for you and what helps you to rest, recuperate, and to truly feel rejuvenated. So I will leave it there, guys. 2020 starting on a really great note. I'll talk to you soon.